Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett and thank you for spending some time with me today because in this video, we're talking all about dated decor that is back. Yes, it's things that we love, that are timeless, that are classic, that some people think are dated, but there's no accounting for taste. We're getting into it. The first thing that is back that has been dated for a long time are actually silver picture frames. I am seeing this all over the place and it's kind of a return to that classic style, old money aesthetic where you have family photos and picture frames on a tabletop. Now I've been telling you this for years, okay? Years, months, weeks, ages, decades. I love pictures on a tabletop. I'm not the biggest fan of like a gallery wall of family photos. I want to see frames there and then rotate them out for the holidays and all of that sort of thing. I think it's great, and this silver picture frame trend is really amazing. Now, when I say silver picture frames, I don't mean the color of metal silver, I mean the metal silver, like a silver plated piece. It's beautiful. Silver is a very difficult metal to mimic because it has a warmth to it, as where like stainless steel is relatively cold feeling, silver is a little warmer. So this is super interesting and I love the silver picture frame idea, and if you go plated, they're usually very affordable or accessible for most people. If you go for a designer brand, of course you're gonna pay a little bit more for that, but you're paying for the name. Now this kind of has a reference to that sort of like classic movie aesthetic where you see these warm, welcoming, comfortable homes where, you know, people are surrounded by their family. It's giving that energy and I love it. Plus the good thing is, this isn't style specific. You don't have to have a traditional space or a modern space to make this work. These tend to be very accessible finds. So a lot of people already have them and they're just packed away somewhere. They're from grandma's house and, you know, hey, at least somebody in the family had good taste, right? You could borrow those. You can also find them relatively affordable, sometimes brand new on resale sites in that marketplace. And so go out and look for them and see if you can find these. They're relatively inexpensive, but they look really good. You can polish them up, they clean well. A silver picture frame is definitely something that is back on trend. It's classic, but it's been dated for a little while. I don't know about you, but I'm glad to see it back. Another trend that is big time right now that is back, that was dated, people were like getting away from it, and now we are loving it, are candlesticks. The candlestick trend is honestly something I really like because of the versatility. And this candlesticks is not just one single thing. It's not like, oh, a little taper candle holder. You could get a full-blown candelabra. Like, this is kind of on trend. There's modern takes of it. There are more traditional versions of it. Something really ornate could work for you. Something more refined, a little bit more rustic, more traditional could also be great. The reason I like this and I think it's so versatile is because this is decor you can use all year round for every thing. You know, put it on a little table, that's great. Get a whole bunch of them when you're, you know, throwing a dinner party. Line the middle of the table with a perfect centerpiece. Love that for you. But also, this makes great holiday decor. It's a bunch of candles. It's a bunch of candles. I love candlesticks for that reason. And there's a million and one of them out there that you can find. You can go with something that's brand new and a little bit more, you know, we'll say refined in its detail, basically simple, you know, understated, whatever. That's really good for you. You can also go with something that is in that resale area that has a little bit more detail. You can switch up the feeling of them by changing out the candle that's in them. So you can use a white candle all year round. You could use a colored candle. You could, you know, actually I love a colored candle because you could put that in there and then use it for a themed party or something, or like a kid's birthday, or, you know, if you're hosting a dinner, that's great. You can use a burgundy, a maroon candle for the fall season. You can use black to decorate for Halloween, red for Christmas. Love all of that. There's so much versatility in this because it's just a little taper candle holder. It's a candlestick. Something else I love for you is great interior design advice and getting your difficult questions answered. So if you need some of that, be sure you check out my consultation services linked in the description box down below, where you can book a one-on-one design consultation with me. I can look around your space and answer any and all of your design and decorating questions. So be sure you check it out. Head to the description box down below and click that link, or go to intro.co/GarrettLeChic. Another dated trend that is back and everybody is honestly really loving is iron. Iron details in decor are great because this is a real material. It looks good. It's, you know, it gets you to the look and feel of something being black without it being like a really harsh contrast, because it has that depth. It builds that dimension we need, that grounding element, without it being a really harsh contrast, because this is a warmer tone, and I love that. Iron can be applied in like a million different ways. You have lamps and light fixtures in iron, very big trend right now. Love that because you kind of get a little bit of that Spanish reference, a little bit of a rustic feel. Great. You can find iron for small bowls, accent pieces, little boxes, you know, like with lids on them. Love that. That's a little bit harder to find in that metal, but when you do, 10 out of 10. They look amazing. Iron is also a really great trim detail to have featured on different elements. So, you know, if you find one of those little storage boxes, you might find some iron trim on it. Great. But you can also find mirrors that are framed with iron. Love. 10 out of 10. That's an unexpected place to apply this, and you get a lot of that detail there. So don't be afraid to add some of this into your home. And like I said, it has a Spanish reference, so you can go for something that's more minimalistic and get that feeling, or you can find something that's, you know, in the resale space that has a lot of that authentic element and detail on it to bring into your home. You can find a lot of it in really cool, unique ways, but you can also find it at a lot of major retailers because this is something that's really popular right now. It was out for a while and we kind of wanted to get rid of it, but it's back and I'm absolutely loving it. Don't write off pieces like accent chairs because this is a great place to apply that as well. Get that really good quality and bring that tone and finish into the space. Now, another piece of dated decor that is back and I'm loving, one of my favorite tools or tricks to decorate with, is what I like to call flanking chairs. And this is exactly what it sounds like. You flank something with chairs on either side. And the reason I love this so much is because it gives us a lot of versatility. We get to play around with scale and shape a lot and dimension, proportion by using this trick. And essentially it's just, we have a piece of furniture that's maybe a little too small for a wall, so we put chairs on either side, dining chairs. And I really love that because it builds a layer into the space. It is not style specific, and it also means that we can add additional seating. We can, you know, use smaller pieces of furniture that sometimes are a little bit more affordable for a home. If you have this piece of furniture that's just too small for a space, or maybe it has too much depth, we can add smaller chairs on either side of it that have a little bit less depth. We build a gradient up that feels natural and, you know, enhances the flow and kind of blocks off a big bulky side piece of a furniture. We can also add extra seating into those spaces. So if you have a dining table with an extension, or we have a lot of people that are going to come over but not all of the time, it's good to have a place to store some of these extra dining chairs that we might need. Put them on either side of something, put them under pieces of artwork. Those are great things to do. That's a great place to put them. So it's permanently there. We're not shoving them into a closet. We're not having the table extended the full time. We get more access to the floor space and it builds up a layer. It also increases visual flow. When you have a reference point from one space to another, like if these are the dining chairs in here, we can take them into the living room, flank this piece of furniture with them. Now we have an immediate reference point and something so beyond obvious that references back to that other space. Love. 10 out of 10. This is a great decorating trick and a hack, whether it's in an entryway, a dining room, a living room. All of these spaces are really good to use this little trick in. Something else I love to see in a home is a beautiful screen with my face on it, because I love when you all watch these videos. I love when you engage with them because I love interacting with you in the comment section. You can always share with me your thoughts and opinions. We love to have a conversation about it. And if you're not a part of our design loving community, I would like to invite you now to hit that subscribe button and join us. Become a part of our GarrettLeChic family. And I would absolutely appreciate if everyone watching could give this video a like and give it some hype to get it shared across the platform. A major trend that I am seeing online is people are loving cut crystal. And I know what you're saying, like, cut crystal, Garrett, please. I got rid of all of that from my grandmother's house. Well, that's unfortunate for you because it's back. And everybody is loving it because, like I said, of that old money aesthetic, that kind of traditional detail. It's high end, it's luxury. Like there's no explaining crystal to someone if you've never held it or used it. Now, if you've never held a piece of crystal, it's hard to describe, but it's easy to tell the difference between it and glass. Crystal has much more weight to it. There's no seams or lines. It also has a very specific, I don't know if you can hear that, but, and it's just a beautiful material. So like I said, you have more traditional versions of it like this beautiful Waterford glass I'm holding in my hand here, the cuts of it, the actual shape of the glass, it's beautifully made, and you know, this is a little bit more of a traditional piece. But this one, crystal is very heavy, so it does give the feeling of quality when you hold it. This is a baccarat piece, and this is definitely a lot more modern looking and feeling. It has more of these lines. It almost has kind of an Art Deco sort of reference to it. You can find pieces like this, maybe not baccarat, okay, everybody wants the designer pieces. They definitely come at a premium, but you can find pieces that have those references that will get you that look and feeling in your home. That's very high end, that's very luxury, and yeah, okay, like, you know, it's definitely something that's more quality. You might be able to find it at a good deal resale, or you may say, I don't want that, I want a big full set of it, and you go retail on it. Okay, fine. This is a beautiful material to bring into your home because it says quality, it says luxury, it says, you know, it doesn't say old money, it just says money. It just says quality, it says beautiful, and it says something about your space. So I love a piece of crystal. If I see it while I'm out there, yeah, I'm gonna pick it up, okay? You're probably not gonna find any here around town because I have it all, but that's beside the point. If you see it, grab it. Now, another material that is back on trend, a dated one that is back that I'm loving, is marble. And I know what you're thinking, like, marble is not dated. Okay, but marble and decor has had its ups and downs, its moments. We're talking about decor, not floors and countertops and tile and all of those things. Decor and accessories in marble, it comes in and out relatively quickly, and there's different types of it to look for, different things, and I really like that, and I think it's a beautiful, noble material. Noble materials are just materials that are what they look like. So there's no plastic here. This is natural, it's stone, it's real, it's heavy, it feels great. Look for those noble materials in everything in your home because we want to reduce as much plastic as possible, but that is not what we're talking about. We're talking about marble. If you're looking for marble brand new, you're going to find things that are just more simple. So you're gonna find a little box with a lid on it. You're gonna find a little tray or a little dish. You might be able to find, like, you know, a soap dispenser for your bathroom that's made of marble, and that's great too. You might find a book end. That's, you know, marble. That's good. Okay, that's marble. But vintage pieces or older pieces, that's where you find more craftsmanship and detail. You find carved pieces that have a lot of character to them, that have a lot of history to them. And that's a really cool thing to bring into your home that I think a lot of people are interested in right now. And a lot of these light fixtures you see, or like, you know, plant stands, they'll be in alabaster, they'll be in marble, they might be in exotic variations of marble, and all of that is so cool. Figure out what works with your aesthetic and build from there. If you like that Calcutta viola look of marble, great. Go and look and find a piece of viola marble that is made into some sort of decor. It doesn't have to be the same variant of stone, but it has some of those similar colors. I love green marble, so I'm gonna go and look for pieces that have that because they work in my home and it feels right. You can also find lots of other, you know, Carrara, other forms of Calcutta. There's a million versions or variations or species of marble, if you will. So just be mindful, go out there and look and see what you can find, and be open-minded when you're looking for it. If you want something that has a lot of detail, you're looking for something that is maybe a little more historic, and you know, you may need to go resale on that, but if you like that modern, sleek look, you can find light fixtures and candlesticks and a lot of the things we've already talked about in this video made in marble, and I think that's really beautiful. Marble is also a great material to use in accessories and details in bathrooms and kitchens. You can find, you know, like a really cool utensil holder, or, you know, a cheese board made of marble. Those are really beautiful things to have in that space because they're functional, they're useful, they're noble materials, and they will get you the look and feel of this trend without having to commit to like marble countertops, which it's just not for everybody, and that's okay. Another dated trend that is back and I am absolutely loving in the decor space are actually wooden kitchen utensils. So I know we talked about like the marble accessories and, you know, getting a utensil holder in marble, great. The utensils should be wooden though. Kitchen trends come and go, and sometimes a painted kitchen's in, sometimes a wood kitchen is in, but the vast majority of people when it comes to designing a kitchen, that's something really expensive, so they're gonna do it once and they're gonna do it the way they really like, so you kind of stick with something. If you like a painted kitchen, it's always gonna be timeless for you, paint your kitchen, that's fine. but let's break it up a little bit. We need some warmth. And a lot of the clients I work with who are maybe they bought a condo or they're renting a space and they want help decorating, they're like, what do I do to warm up the kitchen? Because I can't redo it. I always say wooden accessories and utensils are so great for this because you get that natural element, that feeling there. It looks like it belongs there. It's not something that's just out of place. It's not like add a mural on your backsplash of nature or wilderness, like some crazy stuff. It looks like it belongs there because it's useful. Cutting boards, wooden utensils are great. I think even like right now, the KitchenAid mixer has a custom wooden bowl available for it in a special limited edition. That's something really cool to look at too. You can find a lot of wood accents and accessories to bring into your kitchen. These are great, 10 out of 10, because they're not plastic, okay? I really don't like cooking with plastic or artificial materials because like, why would I? You know, like I don't need microplastics in my food. I guess I'd rather have wood splinters. No, but in all seriousness, I don't like having those artificial materials in those spaces. I don't like having them anywhere in my house, so I try to do as little of them as possible, and a lot of people are getting away from it. Wooden utensils are the way to go instead of like metal or silicone. I like wood because it's easy to use, it's easy to clean, it's relatively affordable and easy to replace. You can literally buy them off of my Amazon storefront linked in the description box down below. Wooden utensils in a kitchen are great. Wooden accessories in general in a kitchen are really good. If you have a really light and bright, all white painted kitchen, we can break that up a little bit and add in a natural element that doesn't fight or compete with the colors or the tones. And if you have that moodier kitchen that you really like that's a little darker, this naturally fits in and aligns perfectly. Why wouldn't you have it in that space? Add some wooden utensils or details into your kitchen. You won't regret it. It's going to look beautiful, and we can replace some of those other things we don't need. In a kitchen, you want to declutter. So only having things that are useful but beautiful is the way to go, and using some of these wooden accessories and even some marble ones is a really smart move. Well, there you have it, everyone. Thanks for spending some time with me today. And we talked about some home decor that's great to have right now, but let's talk about some that you should let go of, shouldn't they, Arden? Check out this video right over here, and we will see you over there, won't we?